In this video, we're going to find the distance between the points -2, 0 and 6, 7. So we're given 2 points, and when we say we want to find the distance, it means if you draw a line connecting those 2 points, a straight line, we want to know how many units that straight line is. So when you have a problem like this, all you have to do is use your distance formula that you see in blue. Now, you probably wouldn't be given this on a test necessarily, so you'd want to memorize it. So what we have for our distance is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And so we need to have some x1s and y1s, x2s and y2s to put in the place of these variables so that we can solve. Well, we're given 2 different points, in other words 2 different x and y values, so we're just going to go through and we're going to label x1, y1 for our x and our y value for that point, and x2, y2 for our x and y value for our second point. Now, it doesn't matter which one of these you label x1 or x2, you just want to be sure that the 1s stay together and the 2s stay together, because once you plug everything in, it's going to work out regardless. So now let's plug these numbers into their respective positions in our distance formula. So our distance, lowercase d, is x2 minus x1, so that's going to be 6 minus a -2, because we're just putting x2 and x1, the numbers for those in the place of them in our formula, plus y2 minus y1. Well, our y2 is 7 and our y1 is 0, so 7 minus 0 squared. And now we just want to simplify this, working from the inside out. So 6 minus a -2 is the same thing as 6 plus 2, and that's going to give us 8. And then 7 minus 0, of course, is just going to give us 7, so we'll have 7 squared. And then 8 squared is going to give us 64, and 7 squared is going to give us 49. And then we can add those together, giving us the square root of 113. And so this is the first version of our answer. And the reason I say the first version is once you get to this point, you always want to check and make sure that you can't simplify, whatever you have any further. Maybe break it up into 2 different factors, one of which is a perfect square, and then simplify like we did way back in the beginning of this course. For this particular problem, we ended up with the square root of 113, and we don't have any factors of 113 that are perfect squares. So we can't simplify this any further, so that's just going to be our answer.